I would love to introduce our guest judges for the evening. First up, we have John Coles. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I found the mute button, man. I found the mute button.
There you go.
Well, good evening. My name's John Coles. I lead data science and analytics at ACV Auctions. I did my PhD in industrial engineering, operations research, and over the last 9 years, I've had the privilege of leading data science teams, analytics teams, and data infrastructure teams in defense, healthcare, and now the automotive industry. Excited to see the opportunity and the talent around the room today, and pumped for the session. If we don't get a chance to talk today, reach out to me on LinkedIn. I promise I'll respond within what was it, Sal? 1 or 2 quarters. But yeah, no, tremendously excited. Please reach out to me, and I'm excited for the conversations today.
All right, welcome, John. We appreciate you taking your time to join us. All right, John, what's your feedback?
I'm impressed by your knowledge of the avocado industry. I really appreciate how you weaved in the drought components and the knowledge of the blight on that. The big question for me, as I think about where the industry is going, is how would you project what sales will be next year based on what you believe to be weather conditions that are forecasted, environmental considerations, and current adoption of best practices. As a business owner, I'm all with you. Okay, am I going to lose money or make money next year?
John?
So it looks like economic slowdowns are good for the environment. So when we look at some of the impacts, I say that tongue in cheek, but when you look at some of the positive and negative impacts there, going again to, okay, what's the recommendation? What I would love to see, and this is building on, I think, something really unique that you're teasing out there, that economic acceleration is often paired with increase in fossil fuel usage. It would have been really cool, and this is building on some of the great insight you had, to find a couple years where fossil fuel usage declined while economic growth accelerated, and tease out what was unique in those years, because that is the difference in the real opportunity that you're highlighting. But I actually love that you're honest, like economic slowdown's good for the planet. So you're making some hard trade-offs, but finding some of those real diamonds in the rough is that next step in direction out of that. So fantastic.
Thank you, John.
John?
So I'm not going to comment on knowledge of the topic because I live in the automotive space, so that would be entirely unfair. You did a great job with the material. One of the fun things, and then I want to go into comments, is in those countries, it's a fun fact, is they lease a tremendous number of vehicles for corporate reasons. And so one of the fascinating dynamics is how corporations are involved in driving EV adoption, where in the United States, the idea of a company car is like, oh my goodness, I don't live in the 70s. Of course I don't get a company car. So, the really good things, I think you nailed some of the opportunities as far as tax incentives in some of the areas there. And if you look at what's happening in the United States now, you're hitting the nail on the head. Building off of Silviana's comments, I think couldn't agree more. But connecting that recommendation back to the KPI, and that is so key in driving home the point you're trying to make to your audience. So fantastic. Thank you.
John, so you saw the event. What do you think overall?
Overall, hey man, I love getting to see people look at data, connect it to a problem that matters to people, and draw some insights out of it. That's what gets me up out of bed every morning with data, is you find some data, you find something that matters to people, and you connect those two things to a solution. So appreciate the energy and some of the ideas that were shared today. I got to hunt through the environmental data to find when the economy grew and our impact on the environment lessened. I'm going to be thinking about that one. But tremendous work to each of the people who presented today. Thanks for inviting me.
And that's a sign of a good presentation when you think about it after the show is over, right?